Hi there, my name's Nina.
And I'm Amaya.
We are from the
SMS 5th grade band. Our songs tonight will be out of our method book.
First you will hear Rolling Along,
Then Hot Cross Buns,
and Go Tell Aunt Rhody.
Now please welcome the 5th grade band.
Hi there, my name is Malik.
And I am Zara.
We are from the SMS 5th grade band.
Before we play, we'd like to introduce this year's newest musicians.
Let's
Clarinet, trumpet,
French one,
trombones,
and last and certainly loudest percussionist. Our next songs will be split decision, listen to our sections, and lightly rock. We hope you enjoy.
to our final pieces of the evening.
They will be a Mozart melody and Jingle Bells.
Hi there, I am Ember.
And my name is Bay.
We are here from the SMS Level 1 band.
Before we continue playing, we would like to sincerely thank everyone who supported our yearly music fundraiser.
It was very successful, and now the funds raised will go towards purchasing our spring musical, new instruments, instrument repairs, field trips, and more.
Thank you again for supporting our music program.
Our first song was written by the composer Joseph Campello.
We hope you enjoy Six Note Santa.
Now please welcome the Level 1 band.
name is Sadi.
And I'm Rhea.
Our next piece is from our method book.
You will hear the following songs: Up on the Housetop, Bottom Bass Boogie, Kumbaya, and the School Spirit March.
We hope you enjoy.
so much for coming to our concert.
My name is Percy.
And I'm Sawyer.
Before we end our concert, we would like to thank some very special people.
Salida High School staff and custodians for allowing us to perform in this awesome auditorium.
Miss Saab, Mrs. Zeckman, and Mr. Crane for all their support of the music program.
Mr. Wilkins and Miss Jen Julio for being awesome music teachers.
Mrs. Ashley Otmore for coordinating our annual SMS music fundraiser.
And last but certainly not least, we would like to thank our families and friends in the audience tonight. Thank you so much for being here and supporting our music.
Our final song will be conducted by the high school music director, Mr. Wilkins.
We have gotten the chance for Mr. Wilkins to come and work with us once a week all semester, and he has been so much fun to learn from.
This piece is a lovely traditional folk tune arranged by the Jack Bullock.
We hope you enjoy Simple Gifts.
Hi, my name is Ollie. And I'm Jax. We are from the SMS Level 2 band. Our first piece tonight was written by composer John O'Reilly. Here is March Zuma.
Holland. Thank you for being at our concert tonight.
This semester, some of us got the opportunity to participate in the Salida Sports and Marching Band, where we performed songs from the band's Green Day. If you participated in the marching band, please stand up so we can celebrate you.
Our next piece was from our marching band season. We hope you enjoy 21 Guns.
Hi, my name is Kai.
My name is Sean.
Our next piece is actually a sequel song to a piece some of us played in the 6th grade.
The song was written by modern composer Scratch Eden.
All 4 of the Frost Giant songs were inspired by Norse mythology and tell the story through music.
Today we are performing the second of the Frost Giant pieces.
Here is Frost Giants 2, The Fall of Odin.
so much for coming to our concert. My name is Ellie.
And my name's Olivia.
And I'm Delilah. Before we end our concert, we would like to thank some very special people.
Salida High School staff and custodians for allowing us to perform in this awesome auditorium.
Miss Saul, Miss Ekman, and Mr. Crane for all the support of the music program.
Mr. Wilkins and Miss Giangiulio for being awesome music teachers.
Miss Ashley Altmer for coordinating our annual SMS Music Fundraiser. She did so much. We really appreciate her. We want to give her a gift to say thanks.
And last but certainly not least, we'd like to thank our families and friends in the audience tonight. Thank you for being here and supporting our music.
Our final song is an unarrangement of the winter tune Good King Wenceslas. This was written by Scott Watson. Here is at the Feast of Stephen.
Hello everyone, my name's Abby.
And I'm Rosie.
Welcome to our December concert. We're so thankful to see you all here. We're looking forward to a great performance. Before our concert begins, we would like to remind you of some important concert etiquette. Please turn off or silence all electronic devices. Please wait between selections to leave the auditorium. Please be quiet during performances. If you have to learn during a piece, then please do so quickly and quietly. What we're doing on stage is very difficult. Let's keep the distractions to a minimum. Now let's get to it. Our first piece is a fun rock song by Bruce Pearson, featuring soloists Percy, Suddy, and Sawyer. We hope you enjoy Power Trip.
I'm Percy.
And I'm Sawyer.
Our next piece is also by Bruce Pearson.
We'll have solos from Rosie, Anthony, and me.
Here's Tyrannosaurus Charlie.
Hello, my name is Chloe. And I'm Isaiah. Welcome to our December concert. We are so thankful to see all of you here, and we're looking forward to a great performance. Before our concert begins, we would like to remind you of some important concert etiquette. Please turn off or silence all electronic devices. Please wait between selections to leave the auditorium. Please be quiet during performances. If you have to leave during a piece, then please do so quickly and quietly. What we are doing on stage is very difficult, and let's keep the distractions to a minimum. Now let's get to it. Our first song is a fun rock piece by White Stripes. We hope you enjoy Seven Nation Army. Hello, I'm Henry.
And I'm Zach.
Before we continue playing, we would like to sincerely thank everybody who supported our yearly music fundraiser.
It was very successful, and all the funds raised will go towards purchasing our spring musical, new instruments, instrument repairs, field trips, and more.
Thank you again for supporting our music program.
Our next song is a funk chart written by Jeff Jarvis.
We
We hope you enjoy Steep and Deep.
Hello, I'm Asher.
And I'm Ezra.
Thank you so much for being here at our concert tonight.
Our final piece was also written by Dean Sorensen and Bruce Pearson.
Here, Jumping Jelly Beans.
Hi, my name is Lizzie. Our next song is Snow Child by Jared Spear. And our featured soloist is me and Chris Arbor. About this composition is Snow Child was written in memory of Jamie Snow Becker, who died in a tragic car accident. Her brother Drew, who was with her at the time, was spared Jamie, a clarinetist in a Whitefield School intermediate band, and her brother, a saxophonist in the senior high school band, are represented in the piece by their respective instruments. The title Snow Child is derived from Jamie's middle name. At the beginning of the piece, a short two motive symbolizing Snow Child is presented by the orchestra bell. The motive becomes the basic musical material with clarinets and saxophone being featured in many parts of the work. The composition is intended as information and celebration of Jamie's life.
we conclude this portion of the concert, I'd like to take a few moments and acknowledge some students. If you were part of the marching band leadership, please stand up. Or if you're a percussion wave. This year's marching band was led by our two assistant drum majors, Remy and Cadence, and our drum major, Caleb. Without their expertise and support, they inspire students to become leaders. They also helped hold everyone accountable, make sure people showed up to rehearsal, made sure people knew their part. It was really, really awesome to be in a position where I was kind of overlooking everything rather than having to get down and like make sure everybody was held accountable. Miss O and I had a really great marching band season, and it was really fun watching these leaders lead, and it was just awesome. Next, I'd like to, yeah, go ahead, clap again. I'd also like to acknowledge during marching band season, these students had the opportunity to audition for the Tri-Peaks League Honor Band, which was held in Florence this year. If you're familiar with high school athletics, you know that we're part of the Tri-Peaks League, and we compete with other schools similar sizes, similar, I wouldn't say geographic, because a lot of the schools are in Colorado Springs, but like we have a really strong like rural school, small school presence. And these students, like if you would hear a student be like, oh, they made all-league basketball team. This is like that. This is like, the students are the best in the Tri-Peaks League on their instrument. So if you auditioned for the Tri-Peaks League and you made it in the Tri-Peaks League, please stand up, or if you're in percussion, wave to the audience. Congratulations to Kevin, Dixie, Story, Cadence back here, Zoe back here, and then Caleb was first year percussion, implying that he is the best percussionist in the Tri-Peaks League. So congratulations. We have a lot more music for you. We have one more piece of the concert band that'll take us about, we timed earlier, 6 or 7 minutes to get jazz band. Hey, there's a lot worse. And so give us a few minutes to change over to jazz band and enjoy that. We should be done by 8:30. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Remy. I am the concert band vice president, and we will now be playing Dance Bohemian by Randall Standridge. This features soloist Caleb Bold, who is also the president of our band. The program notes, Dance Bohemian is inspired by the many great can-cans, gallops, and quick steps that populate the music repertoire. Among my favorites of these is Pat's Redoublé by Camille Saint-Saëns. There is so much unbridled energy and boisterous fun in that piece that one cannot help but be caught up in the sheer joy that the piece communicates. This is the dance, this is the spirit that I sought to capture in Dance Bohemian, roughly translated as gypsy dance or bohemian dance. The piece is intended to be used as a concert opener, finale, or possibly as an encore. Please enjoy.
Okay, it's on. So, hey y'all, how are you? How are we doing tonight? This first song that we'll be playing tonight is called Birdland. It is originally recorded by Weather Report, but the version we're playing tonight is by Yosef Zaniel. Our soloists tonight are going to be Story Turst and Oscar Bizel.
Next, we will be playing St. Thomas by Sony Rollins, arranged by Mark Taylor. Soloists will be Story Terse, Tristan Jones, and Zoe Goss. Hope you enjoy.
Our next piece is called Touchstone by Anthony Susi. Our soloists are Tristan Jones, Elise Bowman, Story Terse, Olivia Payson, and Rio Tower.
Hey guys, this is Oscar, and our next piece up is going to be Charlie Brown Christmas. It was originally composed by Vince Guaraldi, and the version we're going to be playing is arranged by Paul Murtha. Our solists are Rhea Tower, Olivia Payson, Story Terse, and Mason Miller. Hope y'all enjoy.
Before we close out tonight, I'd just like to make a couple of announcements. First off, just deepest gratitude. If you look at your program, you see a list of people to thank. Oglesby and I, spouses, our families, thank you so much. Danny and Kaylee for taking care of us and keeping us sane. Obviously, my colleagues, Miss Oglesby and Miss Giangiulio. Ms. Cooksey for being our admin on duty. And the rest of Salida School District staff and school board. I'd also like to take a few minutes to thank you parents and guardians of the students on stage. It's really cool being a music teacher. This wasn't the path I originally chose when I was in high school. I had a much different path, and this is where I fell into my niche when I was in college. And kind of what happened in that journey is I tried to quit band and choir and music and all those things, and I wanted to move out west to Colorado. I went, for those of you that don't know, your kids are so lucky, I went to the Harvard of the West, Western State College. I'm not sure if you're familiar. Yeah. Thank you. That was the correct amount of applause. But when I got there, I wasn't in any music classes, and I started getting really depressed and sad, and it wasn't just being homesick, it was missing performing music. And I started forming this thought process my freshman year of college where I started thinking like, oh my gosh, I can't live without this. And it started dawning on me that my identity wasn't just like this kid from the East Coast that wanted to move out west and be a ski bum. It was I was a musician. And a lot of the students you see on stage, and all through the night, if you've been here since 5:30 watching the middle schoolers, they made an intentional choice to identify as musicians. I know on the schedule it says elective, but this is an elective for us. This is something that helps us cope with the things that make life hard. It's something that makes it so we can celebrate the things that make life so great. And, I mean, honestly, we can't do this. We can't not do this. It has to happen. It was fun watching the students backstage while the middle schoolers were performing, figuring out like where they're going to fit into high school. If you're a middle school parent out there, these kids on stage and the kids that were just on stage in concert band, they're anticipating your student joining these ensembles in high school. And it doesn't have to be so scary. Your kid has a home up here at the high school. If you're one of the people that seems to think that what I'm saying is just a bunch of baloney, and you don't see the value in what music does, I'd like you to examine your daily life each day. And I'd like you to try something for me, and then come back to me the next time we have a concert in May and tell me if you were able to do it or not. But music allows careers. Music allows feelings to exist. There's so many things music does for us daily. I'm talking about when you wake up in the morning and you hear your alarm go off. I'm talking about when you get in the car and your Spotify playlist randomly hooks up to your car and you get to hear your favorite song. So, if you think that this isn't important, I challenge you. Kids, if you want to join me, try and go a day without music. I bet you can't. Take it away, Santi.
My name is Santiago. I'm the social media director, and our last song we're performing tonight is "Back of Town," arranged by John Wasson. Yeah! And everyone's soloing. Yeah.
No, that's not.
first of which being Celtic Bell by Robert W. Smith. We have a few solos in this song, and they'll be played by Remy and Behem.